Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Well, time for a fact that makes your brain go. That's going to relieve you because for years, for centuries even, you've been shamed into doing this time of the year, meaning October, November, and it's annoying, it sucks, and now you don't have to do it anymore. This is the first year you don't have to do it anymore. And Kenzie said, which is really relatable to October, November, wear clothes anymore. Nope, you got to still wear clothes.
When you say the beginning of time, it's a tricky thing to guess.
Sure, and I think this was since the beginning of time. You were shamed into doing this. Case said you no longer have to leave cookies out for Santa.
Ideally.
Rude. No presents for you. I hope you get cold this year. That's so mean.
You're wrong. You still have to leave cookies out for Santa.
He just takes and takes, doesn't he?
Right. In your apartment building. What do you do, leave them outside the door?
No.
You don't have a fireplace, do you?
No, I don't have a fireplace,
Has anyone
Brian.
ever
Thanks for
seen
bringing
this-
that up.
You haven't seen the Santa Claus?
The movie?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what you're trying to refer to in there.
Tim Allen.
Yes.
Yeah, even if you don't have a fireplace, you can kind of appear like in the radiator. It makes all the space magic, baby.
So you leave them on the radiator.
Yeah. Wherever the heat comes from.
And by the way, I wasn't shaming Case for not having a fireplace.
It sounded like you were.
I'm
You
just
know
saying.
what? Do whatever you want to Case. I can't believe he said that.
Well,
Tell him something else bad about him.
What I'm saying is some apartments actually do have a fireplace. Sometimes they're fake, gas, and I thought maybe your new elite one, since you had a good year, your new apartment building had a fireplace maybe in there, but I guess not.
Do you have a fireplace in yours?
No.
What's up, broke ass?
I have a fireplace.
Oh,
Well,
look
you
at
also-
Kenzie over
you have
here.
a home also.
Oh, I guess
I do.
the Queen of England's here. Has a fireplace in her house in Elgin.
You're damn right. Put some respect on my name.
How many servants do you have that light the fireplace for you?
My husband, one.
All right, back
He
to
won't
the.
let me near it, actually. He's like, I'm going to do it.
That's a smart
I
move.
know, I
It's
get it.
House would be gone, I think. So it's not any of those things. This is the thing that you no longer have to do anymore. You were shamed into doing it for decades, some of you. Rake your leaves.
Oh, good, because I love a bunch of leaves in the yard. I think it's so pretty. I hate when people clean up their yards in the fall.
Well, the Michigan Department of Natural Resources, our neighboring state, is encouraging people to be lazy and not rake your leaves because it's better for the Earth's ecosystem. Bugs use those leaves as little nests to protect them from the changing weather. And that also, it lends itself also to the mulch in your yard. Your yard will be better next spring. If you leave all the leaves there, it's going to be fine. Now, it doesn't look good, and you get shamed by your neighbors when you're the one that doesn't have the leaves raked.
Am I weird about this? I love the look of it. Like when the road has tons of leaves in it or the yard, because it's really pretty.
Yes.
I don't want to see green right now. Absolutely not. It's past green time, baby.
Well, it's not even, it's, like I said, better for the ecosystem. And also, this made me think for a second, what is the over-under year on leaf blowers? When did those start to come into our lives?
Oh, what a great
You want me to
question,
ask?
Brian.
I'll Google when the leaf blower was
Well,
invented.
I can just, while you Google, Case, if you had a leaf blower in your life your whole life, being 20,
Yeah,
25 years
I
old,
don't know a time before a leaf blower.
God,
I'm getting so privileged.
what a world you've lived in.
It was invented in the late 1950s.
Okay, but I don't remember seeing one. I mean,
So how old are you exactly? If you think you lived at a time prior to this.
So after I came home from the war,
Yeah.
when we got Hitler, we took that out. I'm a time traveler without question.
I see.
Do you remember the first leaf blower you saw?
Yes, because it was I should say rich people on our block who had two cars and they got a leaf blower. And I was like, what is that sound? Are they cutting down a tree? Because I thought it was a chainsaw. And the guy, then I saw the leaves blowing. I go, damn, he's blowing leaves with a chainsaw. and then it was this magical device that you just walked around the yard and blow the leaves. But they certainly didn't come into play until the 90s, I would say, popularity-wise. Maybe even the 2000s.
I think you're wrong.
There certainly wasn't any in the 50s. And I was there. I saw it.
Well, I'll tell you what, AI completely disagrees with you, so I don't know what to tell you.
But when did they is there something about when they became big, like popular?
What was the apex mountain for leaf blowers? When did they
became
blow up?
more common. I had to look up the height of popularity.
Yes, of leaf blowers.
Was the 1970s.
Okay, but there still weren't many
so
of
how
them.
old are you?
There still weren't many of them until the 90s.
No. This is what they became much more common in the
Well, then why
1970s.
the hell did I have to rake leaves? Because my dad was broke or what? We couldn't get a
Because he
leaf blower?
wasn't planning on having you, and you know that.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
So he was at least going to get some good use out of you.
I mean, I raked leaves all those years as a kid for people and our own house.
And you wish you were blowing instead?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Well, today's fact that makes your brain go has set off a firestorm. And that fact is, first off, it's a good thing that you no longer should be raking your leaves. The Michigan Department of Natural Resources, our neighboring state, says it's better for the ecology, better for the earth if you just let the leaves lay. It's better for your ecosystem, bugs and animals that use them, and help fertilize your yard. You'll have a better yard in the spring if you let the leaves sit there. But your neighbors have shamed you for years into raking the damn leaves. And so stop doing it. And that's a great day. It's a great day. Then it brought the question to my head, because as a kid, I remember raking leaves ordered to by my mom and dad, raking the old lady next door for free too, because they said, go rake.
Go help her.
Yeah, go help her out.
Go help Gertrude.
And then sometimes, that was her name actually. And then sometimes I made money doing it. But I was like, what's the over-under year for leaf blowers?
Well, you said that they came about in your lifetime, and then we found out they were invented in the 1950s. And I go, how old are you? And Shannon texted in and said, Brian's been around so long, he's one of the people who stabbed Julius Caesar.
He was a bad guy.
Yeah,
he had it coming.
He was asking for it.
He was definitely asking for it.
Like the musical Chicago. He had it coming. And then 773 texted and said, I'm Mexican. They've always been in my life.
I don't know the tie-in there. I remember raking, and I remember the first leaf blower on our block by the rich people that had 2 cars, and they had all started doing it. So, yes, they were invented in the 1950s. Oh, the internet was invented in 72, and we didn't get it till 2000, really, or a little bit before. Let me tell you something. People that rip on AI, they're wrong, because I checked out the leaf blower sales by year and found it on the wonderful internet. Mm-hmm. Yes, Kenzie, it was created in 1950. And the 70s, gas-powered blowers came into effect. In 1989, there was 800,000 machines sold. Now, the population wasn't 340 million like it is now.
I was going to say the population's a lot different, though.
But it wasn't, 100 million people. There was still a hell of a lot of people.
What year is this?
1990.
What was the U.S.?
This is certainly a wormhole we got to finish before we move on with the show here.
1990?
1990, 800,000 leaf blowers were sold.
Oh God, I'm not going to be able to do this. 248 million.
Well, that's it.
709,873 people.
Okay, so we have 100 million more people now than we did in 1990.
So it's a big difference, you see.
But 800,000 in 240 million, you think I would have saw one on every block?
You would have seen one.
No, you couldn't have.
You would have seen one.
800,000? Do the math on that. How many were there then?
What do you mean, divided?
Yeah, divide 240 million by 800,000.
Oh my God.
Then we'll know how many people had a leaf blower in 1990.
I specifically picked this job so I wouldn't have to do math. Specifically. I was like, I know exactly what I want to do.
Okay.
Divided by 800,000?
Yes.
Which is
Where
that many zeros.
Mm-hmm.
So every 310 people.
No, that's not right.
Yeah.
That can't be right.
That's what I just did. I didn't tell the calculator.
I'm going to do it myself here.
Do you have the right amount of people?
230 million.
Yeah. So
divided
just
by 800,000. About 300 people.
Yeah. So yeah, you would have seen a leaf blower.
Son of a bitch.
Okay.
Some bitch.
Maybe my block was more repressed. Poor. I was trying to think of a classy word. But here's the thing. In 2023, there were 150 million Americans claiming they owned a leaf blower.
Wow.
So it went from 800,000 30 years later to 150 million. Every other person has a leaf blower, from 300 to every other person.
I bet, because you see it every 300 people and you're like, I need one of those.
Well, yeah. So my point stands that they were very rare when I was a kid.
They weren't that rare.
They were pretty rare. 300 people? Our block didn't have 300 people on it.
Your block, but your neighborhood.
The whole block, the neighborhood.
Your school. You didn't live on one street.
We were in a one-room schoolhouse with 20 people.
So does Clinton get credit for the growth of leaf blowers? Which president do we file that under?
He gets credit for the blowers.
Because,
she sure does.
Because it's obviously a net positive for America, but I want to be sure I attribute it to the correct president of who do we really see the amount of leaf blowers grow under?
Might go with Bush on this one.
Okay. Senior or junior?
Junior.
Okay, junior.
Because that was 2000. I saw more leaf blowers then.
Yeah.
Senior didn't know what a leaf blower was.
God, no.
Lord, I barely know her.
Oh, he was a raker. He was a raker. So now you know that leaf blowers are a more recent phenomenon. But don't rake your lawn anymore because it's
Can you
better.
blow it?
You can don't blow it anymore either because keep the leaves where they are. Throw away your leaf blower today. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
Well, that'll probably be bad for the environment because they're going to end up in the ocean.
That's not good either.
You're going to kill a dolphin by doing
There's a
that.
bunch of them in the ocean all of a sudden. Brian! First Julius Caesar and now this.
The picture on the news Monday is going to be a dolphin trying to eat a leaf blower.
You know how like sometimes turtles get those soda rings caught around their neck?
Yeah.
You think the turtle's just going to have a leaf blower around its neck?
All right, keep your leaf blower. Just don't use it.
Do you think it's using them on like starfish that are in their way?
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and we just had Mike check in from Aurora. Are you giving out those Chicago Wolves tickets for the Halloween game tomorrow night? Yes, we are. 10 minutes away. Clash with Kenzie. We'll do it again. And so, Mike and everybody else listening in Aurora, the entire city of Aurora, if you want to go to the Wolves game for this really fun game tomorrow night at the Allstate Arena, and we're great friends at Chicago Wolves. We'll have those tickets about 10 minutes away. And speaking of sports,
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
so you had no Bulls game last night, and you had no Blackhawks game last night. Tonight, the Bulls will be at the Bucks, and the home opener versus the Thunder tomorrow at the Madhouse, and the Blackhawks host the Predators tonight at the UC. But what you may have seen on our Facebook page is after Case's attempt at setting up an antenna to watch the Chicago Sports Network and getting ridiculed by people, Kenzie tried last night to get her antenna up so she could watch the Chicago Sports Network and be ready for this weekend of a Chicago sports action.
Yep, my husband came walking in. I'm like, what is that? Because I thought it was a cardboard box. He goes, it's an antenna. I go, what?
You thought it was like a diamond ring or something?
Well, no, but the cardboard that is now an antenna, I imagined ears. I didn't know that. I thought it was the two things.
It's
You
a
know what I
square.
mean?
Yeah, so yours.
It's like a square piece of cardboard or something.
Wait. The antenna is cardboard?
That's what it looks like to me.
Oh, okay. It's probably some kind of plastic or something.
Okay.
Metal. Yeah.
I see. Looks very cardboardy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. And then we put it on the TV, like high up on our TV. And we got like 3 channels. And we moved it all around the room and finally ended up standing in front of the TV with my arm in the air. That's when we got the most channels. Okay. Which we got like 7 then. And after 7 scans, 2 hours, many positions, which sounds perverted, but it's all antenna based, we got the sound from the Chicago Sports Network, no picture. It's like the radio,
Oh, yeah. Now,
which I love radio, obviously.
now, to be fair, you live in Elgin, which is about 47 miles from downtown. Let's say the Sears Tower, something like that.
Yeah, I guess we ended up tuning into Rockford instead of Chicago at one point.
Oh, I didn't know
To
they
try
had
to
a...
get more channels.
So you can pick up an HD signal from Rockford.
Yeah, so we're
Interesting.
working on that.
Okay.
It was quite the night because I thought this was going to take like 30 seconds. After 2 hours, all we could do is hear it.
So, Case, now you living only about 6 miles or 5 miles from the Sears Tower, do you feel vindicated in any way on this attempt by Kenzie to not get the Chicago Sports Network, and she can't get it either?
100%.
Yeah.
This is what I was talking about yesterday. These people wanted to antenna-splain me and try to talk down to me like I don't know how to use an HD antenna. It's not my first rodeo. And Kenzie, just like everybody else, is having issues with this. Think about what dark ages we've entered where Kenzie is picking up audio only on her TV. This is what Jerry Reinsdorf has done to us, and I am sick of people acting high and mighty because they have a good connection from a TV antenna in 2024.
You know, what I didn't appreciate is the people in my comment section going, like, someone's like, well, it's not going to work with you standing there. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I've been all over the room. I put it outside the window, and the entire thing was just static. It connected to nothing.
Yeah.
And so I responded and said it actually worked better when I stood here. This is when we got the most channels. And he commented back and said, doubt it. I'm like, I'm the one here. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Wait.
You're telling me from your home while you're not participating that you doubt. This is when I got the most. I'm telling you because I'm the one standing in the middle of the room.
You know what? The person that said doubt it, I might give them something. And what a great answer.
I would have hit them with my car if they were nearby.
I think I'm going to give them my Oasis tickets.
Yeah. Doubt it.
I don't think so. Really? Do
Holy
you not?
cow.
Do you not think so?
So now that Case has tried and Kenzie's tried, I do want to watch the Bulls home opener tomorrow against the Thunder, and I wouldn't mind seeing the Blackhawks host the Predators, a great rivalry there. So I will be the third because I got delayed this week. I have the antenna.
You were supposed to be the first.
I was supposed to be the first, but our baby got sick, and every minute of the day, I don't want to get into that because everybody's got a sick baby. No one wants to hear about
you
that.
were talking about it before the baby got sick, but
I will say my baby's also sick, and I did it last night.
Well, la-di-da.
Doubt it. What the hell does that mean?
Damn, I missed a great opportunity
I
to
know,
say
I
doubt
had to
it.
say it.
Thank you. God.
Do you want to do another take, Brian?
Yeah,
You got to go back for the
My
top?
baby's also sick.
Doubt it.
Okay, there you go.
We will cut that other earlier part out of the show and the podcast. So
Oh,
you
it
can...
never existed. We're going to Men in Black everybody right now.
Absolutely not.
So I'm going to try today, and I'll get a video up, and I'll do whatever I can. Now, I'm also in the range of Case, about 5 or 6 miles from the Sears Tower. Allegedly, I have to face it. I don't know, Kenzie, if you know what part of your house faces the Sears Tower. Does the TV room face the Sears Tower?
That's what was irritating me. Does it still help to face the Sears Tower if you're in Elgin?
Because you're so far away already.
I don't feel like me going a little to the left towards the Sears is like, now you've caught it.
Oh,
We were trying to figure out where Rockford was.
yeah, in relation to your house.
Yeah.
Well, listen, again, we encourage you, like the Chicago Sports Network, to call up Comcast customer service and complain.
Follow the prompts as they ask you to do.
You know what I don't appreciate? The amount of victim blaming happening, by the way, in the comments. Buy a better antenna. I bought a good one. I didn't buy the cheapest one. It was $30.
Yeah, there's some for 60 and there's some for like 10. I didn't buy the Target one because the guy at Target said, don't buy this one. It's not good.
Yeah.
So I bought the one on Amazon that was about
It had
$30.
good reviews.
Yeah.
It had like thousands of good reviews. It's like, oh, it's
Yeah.
your antenna's fault. No. F off. Like, what? This is victim blaming. Like, what were you wearing?
I'll
This is
tell
BS.
you, doing a little research into the fight between Xfinity and the Chicago Sports Network, this is not ending anytime soon. It's a standoff.
It's a Cold War.
It pretty much is until someone
I
launches
was so chilly standing there in the middle of the room.
Until someone launches a missile, it's not ending.
Yeah. No, last night was Kenzie's Bay of Pigs.
Are you calling me a pig?
I'm not calling you a pig.
Hey.
Game of Pigs. I almost like Game of Thrones. I combine Game of Thrones and
What?
Bay of Pigs. All right, so what you can watch on TV tonight is Game 1 of the World Series, Yankees at Dodgers tonight at 7. Pretty exciting, pretty good. None of our teams in it, of course, which makes it less. Now, you can also watch on TV a prime game, Bears at the Commanders, 3:25 on Sunday. As of this broadcast, Washington quarterback Jaden Daniels, very, very great matchup between him and Caleb Williams. He did not practice yesterday. He's week to week with a rib injury still. So Bears are -3 in this. They're favored in Washington. But I think if he was playing, that line will move. So we'll see what happens as Saturday comes on and they say he's got a chance to play. But also, you ever pull a muscle in your rib? That guy can't play football this Sunday. You ever stretch and you pull something and you're midsection?
I don't think his injuries are similar to the injuries you've experienced.
Oh, come on. When you stretch that muscle in your rib and you're you can't even walk and you try to breathe, it goes, oh!
That's what happens when you stand up on the couch after watching a football game. He was playing football.
Listen, I don't think he can play. I don't think he's playing. And let's remember what happened in London, where myself and Kenzie were live at that game at Tottenham Stadium, just to give you a refresher of the dominating Chicago Bears.
Fakes to Allen, fakes to Swift, and there's Komet. Cole Komet, touchdown! 31 yards! Going to the end zone, there's Komet! Doing it all! Here in London. Williams over the middle. Keenan Allen, touchdown! Having some tea in the Tottenham end zone. In the face! In the face! DeAndre Swift doesn't get it. Instead, it's a touchdown to Keenan Allen. 2 for Komet, 2 for Keenan. Offensive lineman is a fullback who blows open the hole for DeAndre Swift. Touchdown. Bears.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Let's go to this piece of audio we played. Now, this wasn't an interview. We'll tell you who it was afterward. And had nothing to do with Nirvana. Just an interview with a very prominent person. And they said this.
And you lose people along the way. And I always say, it's so sad that Kurt Cobain died when he did because he never saw GPS. GPS is the most wonderful thing. To watch my little blue spot walking down the street, I just find it completely magical and unbelievable.
What a weird thing to say.
She's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
That's the thing about it. It's not the first thought that comes to my head when talking about him, but she's not wrong.
Yeah, she isn't. And that actress was Helen Mirren, who was a legendary British actress who's been in so many movies, everything from playing the Queen of England to having a nice arc in 4 of the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, who could forget?
I mean, and Red, I think, was a big movie everybody remembers about 10 years ago in a sequel. That was a big one.
She was also in Barbie, Hitchcock, a bunch of movies.
Just tons.
The Queen.
Yeah, her career spans, she's incredible. She's a Hall of Fame actress. Which also makes me wonder, as a 79-year-old woman, bringing up Kurt Cobain didn't see GPS, and that's sad. And she wasn't led there in any way. They weren't saying, so what do you think of Nirvana? Huh?
That was not the initial question prior.
The question wasn't, are you bummed out such and such didn't see GPS? And she's like, yeah, I think about this with Kurt Cobain all the time. She was talking about life and death and how fragile life is. It goes, yeah, Kurt Cobain never saw GPS. That sucks.
Oh, my God.
Which is true.
What an incredibly insightful thing to say.
It is, because I think about Kurt Cobain with time all the time. I think about Kurt Cobain with time all the time because Kurt Cobain only knew Billy Corgan as a guy with hair.
Wow.
Kurt Cobain died in 1994.
Good Lord.
Billy Corgan shaved his head in 1995. He's been bald for 30 years almost. Kurt Cobain never saw him like that.
Which is interesting because the polar opposite, I was born in 95. And one time I was looking at old Smashing Pumpkin stuff and I'm going, oh my God, is that Billy Corgan with hair?
I don't think of him as a guy with hair at all.
No, never once.
He had a great mane of hair.
It was so long. It was so wild.
He looked so cool.
And Kurt Cobain never saw bald Billy Corgan.
That's terrible.
It's tragedy.
And GPS.
That's sad.
In a way, it's like he lived a horrible life.
Oh, God.
Don't say that.
I would argue he got out before things got bad.
Oh, separate conversation.
Separate conversation. But this does bring up a question of when people went out at a certain time and they didn't get to witness technological magic, the greatest things ever. Case, you have a few examples, don't you?
Well, I started thinking about some of the more prominent people in our lives that have passed away and the technology that they never saw. Like Elvis doesn't know what an iPad is.
No.
Wow.
Elvis would have loved an iPad.
Oh, he liked to sit around and eat those peanut butter and jelly
and banana sandwiches.
Yeah. Can you imagine eating those and being on your iPad?
Ordered them on Grubhub.
Exactly.
Imagine that.
And Kenzie, that's on my list. I bet Abraham Lincoln would have loved Uber Eats. You know what I mean?
Well, he was so busy.
Exactly. And Mary Todd, let's be honest, nice lady, not exactly the best in the kitchen. I think Uber Eats would have done that marriage quite good. And then I started thinking, Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Michael Jackson probably never streamed anything on Netflix. His only knowledge of Netflix was probably buying DVDs.
Yeah, they were still sending DVDs when he was
Yeah,
alive.
because he died in 2009. And on top of that, then I thought, wait a minute. You know who else is dead? Andre the Giant. You know what Andre the Giant never saw? The Sopranos.
Inconceivable.
What?
Andre the Giant would have loved The Sopranos.
He would have been in The Sopranos. There's no way they wouldn't have had an arc where he was a hitman in The Sopranos.
It's just such a tragedy to think that Andre the Giant, I mean, he never experienced any HBO programming. He died in 1993. So he missed Oz, he missed The Wire, he missed The Sopranos, he missed Barry. Andre the Giant lived in a universe without HBO, and that's not a universe that I want to live in.
Wait, when did he die?
93.
Oh, he didn't see Entourage either.
Oh, my God, he didn't see Entourage.
414 texted in and said, I think Abraham Lincoln would have preferred Netflix, not being in theaters.
Oh, my God.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and Lauren coming in, take you through the rest of this Friday, get you closer to the weekend. And we have your takeaways coming in just about 60 seconds, but we have an emergency press conference here. Remember when that was a big deal on Instagram? Emergency press conference.
On Instagram?
Yeah.
People were having press conferences on Instagram?
Well, anytime someone had something important to say, they would put, it necessarily wasn't, that important, but they'd say emergency press conference.
Oh, interesting. Oh, do we have special music for it or something? We got it. If it's a press conference, Brian, you got to have special music.
What do I got here?
What do you got?
I don't know what's happening. What's the press conference?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out.
Hey.
Okay, I'm just going to keep this music. I can't find any other. Emergency press conference about God Bless the Gravy, Brian and Kenzie's food drive to help people eat this holiday season, the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Our goal is 30,000 meals by the time we get to Thanksgiving. We launched it Monday. Because of the support of you, we're at 27,063 right now.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Only 4.5 days into it. And we got to highlight some people, but I'm thinking like we need $1,000 to get to our goal to end it Friday. We're not ending it. We're going to keep donating and try to get to 100,000
Right, we're not
meals.
like, that's enough. You have enough food.
Yeah, you're full.
Get out of here.
Who do we know with $1,000?
We were trying to think of this. We couldn't think of anybody, which is unfortunate between the three of us. Our boss, Marv, is obviously richer. He's in charge of us.
So you're counting his money now, huh?
Yep.
Yep.
Marvelicious has more than we do.
We just need $1,000 to get to our
Your
goal.
brothers are rich.
They worked hard for it, very hard.
No, that's not what I said.
Yeah, they worked very hard. Now they're very rich.
Yeah, not what I said.
I'm gonna start texting my brothers.
Okay.
Case, what do you got?
I don't know anybody with
Your
that kind of money.
dad's the sock presario of the Midwest.
I don't know what presario is.
It means he's a king.
Oh,
Obviously,
that's cool.
Case doesn't know anyone with $1,000. He's never even heard that word.
He's the sock king.
No. I mean, the sock money is sock game is recession proof, but don't count my dad's money.
All right, so if you text gravy right now to 312-591-8300, a link will come back to you. You donate this. I believe it's a tax write-off, right?
Sure.
Why not? You're donating to the Greater Chicago Food Depository.
Come on, baby.
Now, we can all jump in, and everybody that hasn't donated yet, if you want to throw whatever, and $5 will help. $10 will help, but $1,000 will get us there.
It would be really cool if somebody donated $1,000.
It'd be really
wow,
cool.
would that make it easier?
It
You know
would
what I'm
be
saying?
super, super cool.
Or if you and your family want to get together and each do $500, that's fine too.
Now, we have some businesses to shout out that got us here in the last half hour. Nicholas checked in. I'm donating to shout out my favorite place, Critical Grind in Shorewood. Mm-hmm. Critical Grind, they year-round are a welcoming, safe space for all walks of life. Coffee and games saved my life on the reg. So happy to save others in honor of their name.
That's so nice.
So
That's awesome.
So it's a coffee shop?
I think so.
Boy, he talks about that very passionately.
Yeah.
I love coffee. I get it.
So it's Critical Grind in Shorewood. He's donating a shout out his favorite place. I don't even know if he works there just because he's shout out, but I'll put him in here.
Then Critical grind like coffee beans. That makes sense. That's
Yeah.
got to be a
Very
coffee
cute.
shop. I had to put that together myself.
What a good name.
He threw $100 in there, and John Mitchell threw in $351. This is John from Bird Engines, mow, snow, and construction equipment repair in Chicago.
Okay.
So if you need mowing, snowing, or construction equipment,
If you don't want it to snow, no mo.
another great name for a business, Bird Engines.
Why do you like that one? I mean, I'm not saying it's bad.
It's just fun.
That's fun.
Okay.
Yeah, Bird
I like
Engines.
the most snow part.
Yeah, mow, snow. So come in now and have your seasonal equipment tuned up and ready. Oh, these must be people that, have plows and things.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
personal.
good. I was looking for a place like this.
Yeah.
It's time for me to tune up my plows.
Yeah. Case does not have a car even, but I just pictured you pushing a plow that would be in front of a truck. So thank you to both those businesses and everybody that's donated, because we wanted to try at this point because it's been fun to get to our goal.
Because we've never done this is we always hit it before Thanksgiving, which is amazing. This is the first week, and we're so close. We're 1,000 away. This is mind blowing because we've never even close to this.
And we got 4 weeks left to Thanksgiving, so if we get 100,000 meals, we're saving lives. You're saving lives. We're just a facilitator to take the donation. So
we're telling you to save lives.
Yeah, text gravy to 312-591-8300. And in all seriousness, this goes to 300 banks, not just Chicago. If you live in Schaumburg or Naperville or Gurnee or Chicago Heights, it affects the food banks near you, and it's been the toughest year for everybody. I guarantee everybody, because I know I do, know somebody that needs some help getting food on the table to feed kids. It's heartbreaking, and these people are angels that work there, and all you got to do is text gravy 312-591-8300, and you can be a little bit of an angel,
Brian, you should refresh your page.
Oh no, what do we got? Oh my gosh, we're there!
No.
Hell yes!
Who did it? Who
Hell
did 1,000?
yes!
Who did 1,000?
They named themselves. They did not do anonymous, which is good. We do not like
Amen.
anonymous charity. Name yourself if you donate that amount of money.
Well, should I say her last name?
Sure.
Yeah, she's a saint. You
She
should
is
say
a saint.
Saint's first and last name.
Saint Megan Harmon. Saint
Wow,
Megan
that
Harmon.
does sound like a saint. Sounds gorgeous.
She just donated $1,050. She said, so excited for you guys to hit your goal in the first week. Let's go.
Hit the rap horns.
Where are they?
Oh, God.
Let me do it again. Hold on. Hold on.
Hold on.
Saint Megan Harmon. Thank you. That's 3,000 meals she just basically came up with there.
That's
3,000
insane.
meals.
Okay, this is insane. We've never, ever done this. We're always blessed enough to hit our goal, but not.
In the first week.
This is insane.
Now, let's smash that goal over the weekend. And if you want to donate and just really, really help people and feel good, because it does feel good when you donate. And the thing that this is, every dollar really does go directly to put food in someone's mouth. Mm-hmm. There's no administrative fees here as far as, to me and Kenzie or Case.
No, there's not.
There's not.
I was unaware that maybe people thought that. We're not collecting a percentage.
I liked how Kenzie hesitated there, thinking that maybe me and you have one over on, or we're getting some kind of fees out of this.
Group chat, we're getting a little kickback.
So help me God if you're getting paid out from this.
No, oh my gosh. Megan, you are a saint. That just makes me, I'm so emotional right now because this really does. And now, you know what? We're at 31,000 because of other donations that have come in. Nathan just dropped 200. Jan dropped 25. Jennifer dropped 25. And that's what it's all about.
I'm blown away. I know how expensive things are right now and how hard it is. I honestly thought as we're getting into it, this is going to be a harder year to hit our goal. Things have been expensive. Things have been tough. And it's uncomfortable. I don't like being like, oh, let's try to convince people to, give their money. Because everyone's coming up on an expensive season. How we did better than we've ever done because of you is absolutely insane because it's a expensive year. So I'm blown away and I love this because, there's elections. There's all sorts of things going on. People are fighting. How cool to watch this many people be kind.
It shows that there's more kind people out there than the bad people, and it really is. It really is. There's a lot of...
It's easy to forget.
Yeah.
Because the bad people are so loud. They're so loud. But
I can get loud, but I'm not bad.
No. Yeah, I know.
We unified America.
I think we did.
Yeah.
We solved it right here, the problem.
We're done. Don't vote. We did it. We solved it.
So over the weekend, if you're watching, let's say, the Bulls home opener, the Blackhawks game, you're watching some football, maybe you're watching a Hallmark channel, you just text GRAVY to 312-591-8300 and a link comes back to donate, whatever you can do. Like, again, $5 helps.
Yeah,
Now
15 meals.
Yep. Let's get to our takeaways here. Case, what do you got?
In the spirit of kindness, Joe checked in his takeaway. Anyone who slanders Denny's will be immediately deported by Brian.
I told you I'm not bad, but that sounds bad. But it's also
See, out of context.
in the name to save Denny's, which is struggling.
You have to contextualize deportation.
Yeah.
You see, you didn't know the first question. It's not fair.
I want to know everybody heard that right. For people that slander Denny's.
Yes.
Which is a business you're trying to help, you see.
Damn right.
Amen.
You should be
That's people's
deported if you slander Denny's.
Oh, my gosh.
Kenzie, what do you got?
Simple. Chef Sean, takeaway. Gulf War, Tiger Woods.
I got another simple one from actually several people, and this happened this morning during sports. I won't tell you why, but the takeaway from Anthony is, doubt it. And Case, how can people figure out what some of these takeaways involve, what the conversations took place were a part of?
On the Brian and Kenzie podcast, episode titles today include Rest in Peace, Andre the Giant. You would have loved Entourage. Kenzie's antenna troubles are far worse than the ones that I had yesterday. And we have a podcast up today that the leaf blower industry does not want you to hear. Big Leaf is shaking in their boots over the conversation we had about leaf blowers this morning. They are a scam. We will tell you why. All of that, and also my review of the Blair Witch Project on the Brian and Kenzie podcast today.
Miss a moment, miss a lot. Tomorrow morning, 8 to 10, we do throwbacks. So 8 to 10 Saturday morning, and we'll be back Monday with a lot of fun. So go to the podcast, catch up. Anywhere you get your podcast, especially the Q101 app, newly redesigned and slick and perfect for you.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning, and Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.